Welcome back. You know, the only way to start a generation is to plant some money trees. So that is what we have Becca doing right now. And I did have to kind of move the pots around a little bit. I initially had them closer to the house, although I think I tried to do that last generation too, and it also didn't work. So I've obviously not learned anything since then, but it doesn't really matter because we have a butler. So we do have a butler who is super helpful to us, by the way. She does a lot for us. And I was hoping to, you know, I told her to make a meal and then she didn't she said she couldn't. So I was a little confused. And I had Becca go make the meal instead, and she made it perfectly fine. And later, the butler is able to make food just fine. But I think she must have been in the middle of something because it also said, Um, either let me finish my task or I cannot complete this task because there's no counter space or something. So I guess she must have been in the middle of something. But we do have Becca making her own food, and then she is going to go to sleep because she's tired. And actually, I did not cheat her needs once in this part, so praise me. And we're just skipping ahead to when she wakes up because her sleeping is not interesting, and we are having her read a book to get her fun up, and because reading actually helps with breakthroughs. So there's quite a few activities, I guess, that help with breakthroughs, even using the toilet, using the shower, reading, tinkering, just kind of things where you would expect to get ideas. So, like, they say, like, you come up with your best ideas in the shower. So, stuff like that. And she does need to get a certain number of breakthroughs for her job. So that is what she is currently, reading for. So that's why I usually choose reading for her instead of watching TV because we can get those breakthroughs. But her social is also low. So it is a good thing that we have a butler to talk to. And she is taking care of herself, although it's kind of sad. She's eating cereal when she could cook herself a meal, but she cooks us meals. I don't know if we're treating our butler right here. But anyway, we are going to leave for the day and go to work as a scientist. So here we go, first day of work, very exciting, and we are going to introduce ourselves to all of our coworkers. So we are going to do that. And actually, I noticed, look, it's Caleb, Caleb the vampire. So, there aren't that many townies that we're going to recognize anymore after 10 generations, except for the vampire ones because they live forever. So I think that that's pretty cool that we can still recognize some people. And I am going to send her to the garden as well. There are a lot of things that she can do and a lot of, different activities. Tinkering on the coffee machine and finding collectibles is the number one thing for today. So we are going to harvest some plants and also dig around the facility. It's actually the garden in this place is the number one annoyance, let me tell you, because hardly ever are the plants harvestable. Hardly ever do they need water or anything. And half the tasks involve, have a coworker go water the garden or, make a synthetic serum out of plants that you don't have. So that is kind of annoying. We might have to start a garden at home because I do want her to get, the highest um, achievement, I guess, on her work days. I want her to get gold, so to speak, and so that she can get promotions. But we can't do that if the only tasks are ones we can't do. So, anyway. Also, she's very sad because both of her grandparents have passed away. Both of them, Maureen's parents, are deceased now. So, that is, just the cycle of life. I mean, already Rowan and Murphy's parents had passed away when she was very young. So, she, is used to that. And it is sad too because they were a part of the family club. So we lost two members of the family club. Anyway, we are asking our coworkers here for some crystals, some metals, etc. But he didn't want to give it to us. So that was a bummer. So I think that what we need to do is start buttering up our coworkers so that they like us better, so that they want to give us things. So that is important here. And we are done. First day of work complete. And now we are headed home. So she is also, very having to go to the bathroom and everything, hungry, everything, because, well, we did get her needs up pretty well before we left, and she lasted all day. So that's really good. That's something to keep in mind for us that we can last all day, but she gets home and then she really needs to work on her needs. So we are working on those now, and honestly, we don't really have time for anything else. She has been staying late at work. Every single time she goes to work, she stays late because she wants to work hard, and she even fell asleep watching a movie here. So that is too bad. But she is going to go to bed, and we are going to skip ahead to when she wakes up. And she is up and ready for the day. She's still sad about her grandparents, but she is doing pretty well on her needs, and our money trees don't need any attention, though we do have the butler for that, which is good. The butler will take care of the garden and will take care of any future children. I mean, obviously, the butler can't do everything, and we can delegate some tasks to the butler, but I think it will be a great help, especially if we decide not to cheat the babies. Maybe I'll just have the butler take care of the babies. But yeah, so the butler did cook for us, and I'm just putting it in her inventory because she's about to go to work any second. And I'm like, okay, well, if we have to go to work hungry, we're bringing the food with us just in case. So that is what we do. And we are going to join her at work once again now that it is Tuesday. And we are going to schmooze a bit with our coworkers, get to know them so that they will give us crystals and metals and things. Plus, it says ask a coworker for a crystal. So we are going to ask him for a crystal and we are going to hope he gives it to us. So there's that. And then we also want to do a few other things, including invent the simray and analyze a plant sample. So the problem is we still need to get a sample from a plant. Of course, none of them need to be watered or harvested, but we are going to get that so that we can try it on the microscope and also invent the simray. So that'll be our first invention, which is fun. So she's going to start with the plant sample, but then come over here to invent the simray and then go back over to the microscope now that she has the plant sample. And also going to talk to her coworker about work because that is another task that she has. So those are the three things that we are working on right now. And it does take a little while to create items, although the simray is pretty cool. I think so. So she's created it. And now we have to name it. That's the thing we have to do. So I just named it Simray again and put it in her inventory because she wants to freeze a coworker. That'll be fun. I wonder if it'll, make our relationship with the coworker bad. Anyway, so we do want to um, use the Simray on a coworker, have some breakthroughs, also upgrade the Simray. And I was trying to figure out how to do that, but you just pull it over here. Also, we froze Caleb. Sorry, Caleb. It'll be fine, probably, maybe. I think he is fine. Can you freeze vampires? But yes, so basically we've upgraded the Simray and we are going to use it to transform objects and more specifically a chair. So we come up here and transform this chair. It actually comes out really cool, I think. It makes it very vibrant and interesting, though it does take a second. There it goes. And we done pretty good for our work day. and we don't really have to do anything else. Though I do want her to have breakthroughs because, we need them to get promoted. And also, she's going to, you know, set Caleb free there so that he's not stuck frozen forever. But we do want a breakthrough because we need, how many do we need? 6 in order to get promoted. And we do want to get promoted. It is very important to us to get promoted. And we are going to continue to chat with Warren. Actually, we do want Warren to be our friend. You can see where I'm going with this. But yeah, we are going to make friends with him. It's important to be friends with your coworker, especially because some of the interactions make enemies of your coworkers. So that is good as well. And that is where we are going to wrap up our day. You can see the day is starting to end, and then we will head home. And we're home. So, of course, a lot of her needs are, low. She's hungry. She's got to use the restroom, and the food in her inventory spoiled. So that's unfortunate. But there are some leftovers in the fridge, so that's good. And then we are going to also read a little bit, but she is starting to get tired. So we are going to have to send her to bed soon. Just keeping up with all of her needs and her work is plenty. Plenty of work with one sim, but I do think it's fun. I think so. And we're going to add more sims anyway. Of course, she's going to have to find someone to procreate with because we need heirs. We are not at the last generation of this legacy. Though, the last generation can have children, obviously. That is definitely an option. But we will see what happens. I actually do have plans for the last generation. So we'll, leave it a mystery for now. We still have 6 generations, including this one, to go for this Let's Play. But she is going to get ready for the day. And then we are going to go to work soon because she has work every weekday. So she is just going to grab something quick to eat before heading off to work. But we still have a couple of sim hours, I guess. I guess it's not that many sim hours, but it's enough time to eat breakfast, which is really leftovers from dinner. But you know what? That's okay because that's what you should do if you're a sim. If you're a human, leftovers are also good. I don't know if I would eat dinner leftovers for breakfast though. Although they say sometimes that it's good to switch it up, like eat breakfast for dinner or dinner for breakfast. So that's always a interesting thing. I have had breakfast for dinner before. Have done that. But anyway, off on that tangent, we are saying hello to Warren, our good almost friend Warren, and we are going to ask him for a crystal. And you see, when you become better friends with them, they want to give you things. So that's good. And we are also going to experiment and invent the momentum conserver. Conserver, is that what that is? These, this is a test of my eyesight right now. But anyway, so we have a couple of coworkers. We don't just have to use Warren because it's good to have several coworkers that we are friendly with. And she is going to head over to that coworker and chit chat. And then, yeah, so she still needs to analyze a crystal and create that momentum thing, and also gossip about coworkers with Caleb. I love how it gives you a specific coworker to gossip with. Like, who wants to gossip? Who would gossip about his coworkers? That Caleb guy. He would totally do that. So, um, yeah, I think I only know the names of 2 of my coworkers. I think the blonde woman is either like Jenny or Sammy or something. I'm not really sure. But that's okay because we are going to gossip with Caleb next. And then we do have to just like move this thing over here. We're going to start accumulating things. That's how the scientist career works. You just start accumulating things. And yeah, so we are going to almost be at the 100%. There we go. So we are now at 100%. And then the important thing is to work on getting breakthroughs so that she can get promoted. Definitely important, especially considering she is getting pretty high in this level. And we do not have enough breakthroughs to get promoted yet. So we do want that. So she is just working here. Also, she can't actually create a synthetic food serum because she doesn't have any plants in her inventory. We might actually have to replace our pool with a greenhouse if it's going to be this way, which is unfortunate. But anyway, so we're going to chit chat with Caleb really quick before the day ends. Try and be friendly with him. He is not having a good day, but we don't really care. That's not about us. That's not an us problem. The only thing we need to worry about is making friends and finishing work on a high note. So she is just going to chit chat a little bit as this work day ends. You can see the red button definitely getting ready to end the day. But also, Warren has to really go to the bathroom, and my computer sort of froze just for a hot second. And I'm like, uh-oh. Sometimes when my Sims game gets like a little temperamental, I get nervous because when was the last time I saved? Seriously, several Sim days ago. So we are home now. She's got to use the bathroom. I am definitely happy that I put a bathroom on the first floor here. Oh, also, if you want to check out the speed build, it's on my channel in the playlist for this generation. So there's that in case you're interested. But the living part is happening right now. She is going to eat and watch TV at the same time. I would have her read for her fun, but you can multitask with the TV, so that's good. She actually turns on the fireplace channel, which I think is pretty, entertaining anyway, because I mean, she gets a good moodlet from it and she just gets a lot of fun from it. And I'm really interested in why that is. Like, what was the reasoning behind that? But she is going to take a quick nap. And I think, what day is it? Thursday? Yeah, we're going to head to work soon. But she, is doing pretty good on her needs. I'm just going to have her read a bit so that we can get some more breakthroughs. She needs some more now that she has been promoted and our money trees are covered in snow. So there's that. I actually had to change the weather really quick to plant the money trees because you can't plant in the cold. So that was tough, but we did get them planted and they are looking good and they are going to mature very soon. She's still sad. Oh, okay, this is the part where the second grandparent died. So now both of Amori's parents are deceased. So she's going to be sad for another 2 days now. But let's see. What are we going to do? We are going to talk with Caleb and also talk with Warren. We need a medal. This work day is a lot about socialization. Also, Warren became an elder and I had plans for him. I had plans for you, Warren, so you got to cut that out. We're going to just totally fix that. He doesn't get to be an elder because I said so. So, here we go. MCCC, going to create a sim, full edit mode, and we're done with that. You're an adult again. So, we're pretending that that whole elder thing never happened. And actually, he does have two kids, which I'm like, ugh, but a lot of Sims have kids in my game because MCCC has story progression on. So we're just gonna accept that, next time when we get a little closer to Warren. I just wanted her to, I want her to date a coworker. That's what I want to happen. So that is what we're gonna go with, but not yet. In the next one. So I did make sure he was younger so that he could be dateable. Actually, that's kind of rude. I don't mean that like elders can't be dateable. I mean that I don't want him to die while I am trying to romance him. So we just made him a adult again because I need him to stick around for a certain amount of time. And also, the only other guy here is Caleb, and he's a vampire, and I didn't want to do the vampire spouse thing again. So, anyway, the plants are still not harvestable. So, there's that. And what else? We are just, talking to our coworkers. That's really it. And we are going to also look around. Here are the tourists, I guess they call them. It just says someone outside the lab. So I guess that they're tourists. I was trying to teleport her here because I didn't want her to have to walk all that way, but then it didn't work for some reason. That was a little scary for a second. I was worried I broke it. But anyway, she's got to insult a tourist. So we're going to come over here and be mean to the people who are making the food, which is, you know, not really a great idea because if you're ever hungry, here's where all the food is. So anyway, it's okay. We'll only make enemies out of one of them, who this person is already sad, which is a little depressing. But we are going to head back here and we are also going to be mean to a coworker. So that's great. It is just, tormenting us by having us be mean to people. So we're going to grab this woman and pretend to fire her, which is not nice. Definitely not nice. But you know what? You win some, you lose some. And we do what the little taskbar tells us to. Also, because we didn't get very high in the career this time, like we're only on the second, I guess it's silver. It's not really silver, but you know what I mean. We only got up to silver. So I'm like, oh man, it is actually pretty hard some days. Like some days are really easy, some days are really hard. It kind of depends on what tasks get randomly generated. But that's okay because we're being mean to our coworker right now. And then, she is not happy with us. It's like, sorry, girl. But that's okay because we are going to continue to be mean to her and spoil the latest episode of some TV show because work is ending very soon. And, but yeah, actually, we get to work on the rocket. So I chose working on the rocket over continuing to be mean to other employees. And yeah, here are the screenshots from this episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm really excited to stay with Becca and see what happens. And here is her eating cold pizza. So I will catch you guys in the next one.